Good. My name is Jimmy Slagle, and I'm going to be your tour guide over the next couple of days. And what I'm going to do is take you into the financial markets from the insider's perspective and teach you what we know on the floor and show you how to do it off the floor. And once you know what you're doing, you can actually do that and do it effectively. So that's what I'm going to train you how to do over the next couple of days. But we're going to start with the keywords of Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett says, and Warren Buffett's one of my idols, I love everything about Warren Buffett except two things. Number one, I don't like his voting record. And number two, I'll just be honest with you. I get it. And number two, I don't like some of the things that he does from an investing perspective. And it's not that he does anything wrong or bad or anything like that, but he's a very long-term investor. And he has an advantage that we don't have. And that advantage is, instead of going out and investing in companies, he just goes out and buys the companies that he likes. We can't do that. So I like how he picks stocks, and I like the fundamental approach that he takes and how he does things. And I'm going to teach you some of that this afternoon and tomorrow. And then we're going to talk about how to make money from it. It's one thing to go out and buy a company and own it. It's another thing to profit from it. So we're going to get past the investing side and get more into the trading side of things as we progress through our time this weekend. But Warren Buffett says that anyone who does not become wealthy according to their own standards, it's not because the world hasn't given you the chance. It's because you simply haven't given yourself a chance. So the next 2.5 days, what I'm going to do is everything in my power to give you the opportunity to create wealth simply and quickly using the financial markets. So let's get started. My name is Jimmy Slagle, and to get started this morning, I need to tell you a little bit about my background, a little bit about why I'm wearing this clown jacket, so you'll understand that. And we'll get into that in just a moment. But in order to do that and do it most effectively, I want to talk about my background and my history. I've been in the financial markets literally since 1988. That's when I got my start. And I became a professional trader in about 1991. And what happened was, when I got to markets in 1988, I started out as a broker. And I was on the smile and dial side of things. And I would pick up the phone, and I probably talked to some of you guys, because I think I called everybody in the U.S. at one point, asking them to buy a mutual fund. But anyway, long story short, I realized very quickly that I didn't want to be on the retail side of things. I wanted to be on the trading side. I wanted to be where the action was. So in 1991, I met a gentleman who really changed my life. And I'm not going to go through the whole story. We don't need to go through that. But let me just put it in perspective. In 1991, I started working in the options arena because at the time, if you go back to 1991, when the markets were just crazy, people were making money hand over fist, and people were getting confused with the ability to make money with the bull market, and it was just crazy. And so all these guys and gals wanted to be floor traders because there's a lot of money to be made on the floor. So they would come to John, and they would come to the other trading firms and the other market makers and say, hey, how can we be traders? And they needed a training program. So my business partner and I at the time created a training program specifically to teach incoming floor traders. What we realized very quickly was this. The strategies and skills that the floor traders use every day, and we're going to talk about what that means and how that all evolves in just a moment, but the strategies and skills that are used on the floor could be applied to off the floor. In other words, could we teach an average investor how to use the same strategies that floor traders use every day to enhance and be able to go into the markets and do better things? And so what we did was we modified all the strategies, and we created a training program specifically for individual investors like you so that you could go into the markets and trade using floor trader strategies. Now here's the difference. Floor traders have to make decisions very quickly. In other words, the market changes very fast. And if you call and buy a stock, or if you call and buy an option, or if you call your broker or go online and place a trade, ultimately that trade ends up on the floor. So the market maker, their job is to put a buyer and a seller together. That's what they do. And if they can't find a buyer for your trade, or if they can't find a seller for your trade, then they have to take on the other side. So they have to make decisions pretty quickly about risk and about time management and all of that kind of stuff. Now the difference is, off the floor traders, individual investors like yourselves, you don't have that time crunch. You can make a decision using a stock, using an option, using the skills and strategies that I'm going to teach you over the next couple of days, and you can apply it to a much longer time frame. So think about this. What can a stock do? Go up, down, stay the same. Can it do anything else? Probably not. So what we're going to teach you over the next couple of days is simply this. We're going to teach you how to go into the market using a strategy. So if the stock goes up, you can make money. Is that okay? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay. We're also going to teach you a strategy so if the market goes down, you can make money. Is that okay? Yes. We're also going to teach you a strategy so if the market doesn't move, you can make money. Is that okay? Now, what if you go into the market and you don't have a clue what the stock is going to do? You don't know if it's going to go up, down, or stay the same. What if you could put a strategy around that stock so if it goes up, you make money, if it goes down, you make money, and if it doesn't move, you make money? Would that change how you approach the markets? Absolutely. That's what floor traders have to do on a daily basis. So what we're going to teach you is the same strategies, only we're going to lengthen the time frames. So instead of having to make a decision in seconds, you can make a decision that lasts a year. So let me ask you a real honest question as we step into this. Do you think it's possible that if you picked a stock, even at random, if you took the stock page, put it on a wall, threw a dart, pick a stock at random, do you think over the course of a year that any stock that you pick, even at random, is either going to go up, down, or stay the same? Over the course of a year? Probably. So if we can teach you how to trade that stock, so no matter what it does over the next 12 months, you can profit from it, would that be a good skill set to have? Yes. That's what I'm going to teach you how to do. So let's get started.